So green morning, green afternoon, and green evening to everybody world over, wherever you are. First of all, let me wish the people green morning. That's a good morning. And let me take the welfare and wellness and good health of everybody. Those are based out of Canada. Those are based out of United States. Those are based out of all our brothers and sisters in Latin American different parts, countries which we have got over there. I spoke to all the presidents yesterday evening, and when I was talking to them, and they were sharing a couple of concerns with me. I hope you all are taking care of your health, your wellness. Please think positive, remain positive, take care of yourself, take care of your family, your neighbors, whosoever is directly, indirectly associated in the community. Please look after everyone. That part is very important. That's what we would like to request each one of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, like other days, as we come every evening, 7 p.m., that's the Indian Standard Time. And this is a confluence of the global educators, motivators, counselors, psychologists, technocrats. Those are directly or indirectly associated with the education empowerment. And the series which we have started on 5th of June is Making Education Relevant, with the innovative pedagogies, creativity, collaboration, whatever we can do. So this evening, we have got distinguished guests to whom I'll introduce you in a little while. Let me just start the wonderful evening, and where I share that on behalf of the International Chamber for Service Industry world over, wherever you are, from Canada, Latin America, and United States, let me move. I come to Europe, where you enjoyed your lunch. And after lunch, there's a little pause before you go for your evening tea. We are right with you. Give us about 45 minutes, 1 hour. We can share a lot with each other, and we can help the entire humanity. From there, I come to Central Asia as well. When I come to Central Asia, of course, all our brothers and sisters, those are in Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan. And when I talk with you, Dobrai вечер, дорогие института по делам туризма и управления в Европе течетствует различных watch. So all of you, those are joining us this evening, a very hearty welcome to each one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're joining us over here, we extend you from the bottom of our heart the best wishes and wellness. May the entire universe be at peace, and all of us will live with good health. And this particular pandemic which has come to the world, it should go away from this particular planet as soon as possible. That is the prayer we would like to do from our chamber. Our chamber is a link between India, 30 million non-resident Indians, government, corporate interface on different projects of services sector. And one of the important components which we have taken during this COVID-19 is that is education. When we talk about education, we are taking in totality school education, higher education, technical education, vocational education, skill education, competency-based education, whatever we can think of, the entire ecosystem of education, because at this point of time, the whole world is having a lot of challenges, and almost, I think, 1.86 billion people world over, that is our children, our youth, our students, they are away from school, colleges, universities, institutions, polytechnics, whatever we can think of. During this lockdown, the thought processes are affected. Business is affected. Physical and mental health is affected. Main part of the universe, that is education part, is affected. Although teachers are trying their level best. Today, I was going through a couple of WhatsApp messages and couple of, the digital sharing what we have got in various permutation and combination. Some of the children from the world over, they have sent across some very, deeply emotional messages that my parents cannot afford mobile phone. Our internet connectivity is not there. Can we request the government that kindly have more and more television channels where basically we can get that education which others are getting in the cities and all. So there, I would like to compliment the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and at the same time, the 5 days, 5 different verticals when the Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji discussed, one day she dedicated and where she talked about 12 different channels for education, basically on the television, then the community radio, and then various modes, not only mobile, but whatsoever gadgets are available and different portals which are available through that, reaching out to the children wherever they are, whether they are in cities or they are in rural areas or semi-rural or semi-urban or interiors, wherever they are. So ladies and gentlemen, I personally feel that our educators are also warriors, like doctors, like nurses, like paramedical people. These are also the people, those are doing great job. And they are putting in so much of efforts to reach out everybody. So when we talk about India, and when we talk about our heritage, our culture, our Sanskriti, our values, our social norms, we believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That means the entire universe is one family, one world, one love, and one family. All of us together, wherever we are, let's think about and let's take care of each other emotionally, socially, culturally, and wherever we can help out each other, let's think about and let's pray together that this particular pandemic should be over as soon as possible. Our chamber, International Chamber for Service Industry, is having a beaming every day from morning 9 o'clock till 9 o'clock. Imagine the day started in the morning at 9 o'clock Indian Standard Time, and this will go till evening 9 o'clock today. 12 hours we are trying to reach out by various methods, and we are trying to help out every teacher, every educator, every youth. And it's so soothing that people are connected with us in Mongolia, they are connected with us for the finishing school in Uzbekistan, they are connected with us at different parts. When I think about it, and some of the people are awake at this point of time in Japan also, and people in Sapporo, Hokkaido, Kobe, Kyoto, Fukuoka, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Yokohama, Tokyo. When I talk about South Korea also, when we talk about Taiwan also, people are there. And while wishing you all a great evening this evening, ladies and gentlemen, our chamber is trying to help out digital literacy, blended in the flip learning, communication skills, basic positivity, whatsoever we can bring it so that there's no depression, no stress, no anxiety. And every Saturday evening, we bring the wellness therapy also for you, where the holistic part is being taught. And I every day request all my educators with the folding hands, bring musical notes in education. Music therapy can play a very important role in education, like gamification in education. Music therapy is also very, very important. It's most important at this point of time, positive thinking and robust mind. If you have a robust mind, your immunity automatically, because the positive dopamine would be there, you will have no problem. Higher cognitive skills, that is also very important. And ultimately, everything has to lead to life management skills. We got to manage our life. We got to, whether we are thinking about life or we are thinking about living, and there we got to choose it. Life management is more important for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, we started this particular webinar series, and I'm so happy that from world over, people have joined us from different countries. So from Central Asia, I'm bringing you to the Middle East also. I'm so grateful to all the people, right from Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Doha, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, wherever you are. A lot of people are joining us every day. I'm so grateful to all of you. And from there, I come to India. भारत में हमारे सभी भाई बहन, सभी लोग जहां जहां पर भी हैं और आप हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, आज की शाम आप सब लोगों का 7:10 पर बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आप लोगों का अभिनंदन है। सुरक्षित रहिए, ठीक से रहिए, अपना ख्याल रखिए, आपके साथ जो लोग जुड़े हुए हैं उनका भी ख्याल रखिए, और कोशिश कीजिए कि अपने समाज में जो कुछ भी किसी के लिए हम अच्छे से अच्छा कर सकते हैं वो करें। और उसके बाद फ्रॉम इंडिया आई एम टेकिंग यू टू आसियान ऑल्सो, because our president of the chamber, he joins every day from Thailand, and at the same time we also are joined by, besides our president, with the president from Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Brunei, and 270 people also join us from Bahrain. I'm grateful to Chopra's family over there. Those bring everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular journey we started on 5th of June. And one of the another concern which we have got, of course, education at present is going through a very difficult times. Water conservation is very, very important. Children are at home at this point of time. 5th of June, why we started? Because it's a World Environment Day, and every drop of water, because all the research which is coming to us from the world over, we are learning that the next misunderstanding world over and next crisis world over is going to be on the water. So every drop of the water is important. Parents, we would request you, your children are with you at this point of time. Please teach them, be with them, support them, and let's save the water wherever you can. Your tap water, your kitchen water, your bathing water, your flush water, whatsoever, wherever you're using water, washing utensils and growing plants, washing your car, whatsoever you're doing, I would request you, please save. जल संरक्षण हमारे लिए बहुत ही आवश्यक है. Every Saturday morning, Monday to Friday evening, 7 to 8 p.m., we make making education relevant by various distinguished guests and personalities, those join us from the world over. Every Saturday morning, we talk about Buddham Saranam Gacchami. 500 million people are following the therapy of or following of Buddhism world over. These 500 people, when they get together, what is Buddha's teaching? How Buddha's teaching and Buddha's philosophy is relevant to our today's education system is very, very important, which we all have to understand, ladies and gentlemen. So under the dynamic and dedicated leadership of Dhammapiya ji, who is always with us every Saturday. He's trying to have a global confluence. He is the Secretary General of International Buddhist Confederation, and he's trying world over, wherever the Buddhists are, how to get them together. So don't forget, tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow morning, 9:30, you can come on the webinar, or you can come on the directly my Facebook account also, Dr. Gulshan Sharma's page, and all of us, we can listen to, we can watch the relevance of Buddha's teaching in today's education. That is tomorrow morning. Tomorrow evening, we will be talking about your wellness. We'll be talking about Ayurveda for global wellness. Tomorrow on 25th of July, 7 to 8 p.m. at the same time, you'll have our distinguished guest, and they will be talking to you what are the different therapies and what all is available in the herbal. How can you think positive, talk positive, walk positive, dream positive, live positive, everything positive and positivity in the life, how it has to come. Tomorrow evening, ladies and gentlemen, 7 to 8 p.m. Do join us, and we will be with you. Every Sunday morning, we come with Mahabharata. I still recollect and remember 1983, 84, 85, 86, 87. All those years when I talk about, every Sunday morning you get Professor Satinder Dhiman from United States, Burbank, from the Woodbury University, and he talks to us from California, Los Angeles. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, what are the chapters and what is the relevance of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in today's education, whether school education or higher education or technical education, vocational education, skill education, or for that matter, even management education. What is the relevance of Srimad Bhagavad Gita? Don't forget, day after tomorrow morning, to join us at 9:30 on the Zoom webinar as well as on the Facebook. We all will be together. Sunday evening, we take you to the 10 beautiful countries, ASEAN. There is Association of Southeast Asian Nations, 650 million people population, most peaceful and most progressive. The confluence of 10 nations, which is doing wonders at this point of time. They all join us every Sunday. We get you the panelists, and they come from ASEAN. India and ASEAN, how it can be together. That's what we try and share with you. Ladies and gentlemen, 15th of July, very important day in the history. United Nations declared it as a World Youth Skills Day. On this day, we have started a new journey, and that we are taking till 15th of August 2020. भारत के स्वतंत्रता दिवस तक हम लोग इकट्ठे चल रहे हैं इस जर्नी में. Youth from the world over. When I talk about youth, that means I talk about yes. And when I talk about yes, that means youth empowerment strategies. Yes stands for youth empowerment strategies. Ultimately, whatever we are doing in this entire ecosystem, we got to understand that education has to be learning centric. And the second part is we got to understand what does youth want? What is youth's expectation? Youth को किस चीज में मजा आता है? Youth क्या करना चाहता है? Youth की हमारे education से क्या expectations हैं? That's what we are working out. And this wonderful journey we started, and something very interesting, we are focusing on women empowerment. When we talk about women empowerment, ladies and gentlemen, when you educate a male, you educate individual. When you educate female, that time, ladies and gentlemen, you basically educate the entire 7 generations, subsequent generation, because that girl, after marriage, after family, after children, everything, she carries the whole universe over there, and 7 subsequent generation, thereby जिम्मेदारी संग नारी भर रही है उड़ान, ना कोई शिकायत, ना कोई थकान. Ladies and gentlemen, world over, we got to empower the girl child. Women empowerment is very, very important. All of us, we have to understand. And I'm going to share with you something very important over here, ladies and gentlemen. I think, let me just go on to so that you get an idea. Yes, 12th of August, Wednesday. 12th of August is a wonderful, historic, yet another day which is coming. 15th July, I already discussed with you. 15th of July, we started. Women empowerment, we started. And now 12th of August is coming. Wednesday, 12th of August is a World Youth Day celebrations. World over, United Nations. And they have declared a wonderful part of it. And ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, is going to have International School Education Conference before lunch, International Higher Education Conference post-lunch, recognition, honors, and awards on that particular day. And 10,000 youth from the world over would be a part of this particular confluence. It is from the different continents, different countries. They all are going to be together on the platform of the ICSI. Kindly note down and kindly mark in your calendar World Youth Day celebrations, Wednesday, 12th of August. All of us, we are going to be together, and that is going to be where we are going to listen to the voice of the youth. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the slide where I will be concluding our intro part today. Before I introduce you my today's distinguished guest and my celebrities of the evening, it's a self-conviction. I personally believe in this 70 years when I walked this particular planet, and last 42 years with the education, and how I have come into this. Some are willing teachers, passionate right from the childhood to become teacher. Some are circumstantial teachers. And when you get into teaching, somebody made a statement the other day, very interesting. Either you follow your passion, or whatever you are doing, try and find the passion in that. That is something very important you have to understand. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Today, you must conceive the idea. You must believe in that idea, and then you can achieve that idea. सारी कायनात जो है वो आपके साथ खड़ी हो जाएगी. खुदा भी, गॉड, जीसस, अल्लाह, ईश्वर, प्रभु, जिसको भी आप मानते हैं, he will shower his petals and blessings on you, and you will be able to achieve your target, your objective, your mission. अगर निष्काम भाव से किसी भी काम को किया जाए, let's come together. for global education empowerment. International Chamber for Service Industry extends a very hearty welcome to each one of you. You can come, you can log on our website. If you want to be a panelist, you want to send any suggestion, you can send it at innovation@icsi.asia. Should you wish to send any WhatsApp, you're more than welcome. Both the numbers are listed over here. You can. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we started Women Empowerment Journey, I wish to share with all of you, this evening you're going to meet 5 my girl child. 5 of them, they're going to be with you. Sambhavi, Crystal, Alvita, Rodrix, Deepika Khanna, Harshita Gaur, and Disha Gaur. These are the 5 celebrities this evening, 5 children of ours from the different parts. They're going to be with us. Maybe some other girl from different part of the world. Should you wish to join, please do let us know. We would be more than happy. You can post it in the chat box. And today's distinguished guest, and particularly Anand Prakash ji, he is very fond of getting a lot of inputs in the chat box. I have learned something very good from him. He's very fond to involve the entire audience, those come for the program. And that's a very innovative skill which I have picked up. I'm a student. I'm learning from each one of you. So ladies and gentlemen, let me hold my breath and extend a very warm welcome to 2 of my distinguished celebrities. Like you have the Filmfare Awards and like you have the film celebrities like doctors, nurses, and paramedical, they are doing wonderful. Our teachers, our educator, our entire ecosystem fraternity of education is also doing wonders. So let me extend a very hearty welcome. And to go all the way to the Middle East, we have got Shri Anand Prakash Sharma ji, the principal, Birla Public School, Doha, and he has joined us. A very hearty welcome to him. Ladies and gentlemen, he has got more than 40 years experience as a leader, as an academician, principal parenting expert, CBSE and National Awardee from President of India 2012, Global Teacher Award 2015, Award for the Women Empowerment from UNESCO and Delhi Commission for Women 2016, Academician of the Decade from WEF 2016, Exemplary Leadership Award from Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, then the President of India in 2018, and many more prestigious awards and laurels in India and abroad. Authored many articles on education and parenting, conducting more than 300 workshops for parents, principals, and teachers. I took a pledge with him, and he was very kind to accept my request every Friday because this was convenient to the entire Middle East, and he was very kind. He said that let me bring the entire global fraternity with you every Friday. So ladies and gentlemen, every Friday, he will bring one of the distinguished guests with us, and at the same time, those are watching us, those have joined us from the Middle East and other parts of the world, more and more people we need, because by 15th of August, I want to touch 1 million. So far, I am somewhere at 1 lakh. So another 9 lakh deficient, which I have got. I am going to take Anand also. I'm going to take Prakash and Roshni also, and he got to help us out. So like him, a lot of other celebrities and a lot of other warriors in education are helping us in this particular process. So ladies and gentlemen, with Anand Prakash ji, let me extend a very warm welcome this evening to Mr. Silivasan Murugan ji. He's a principal, our own high school, Sharjah, in United Arab Emirates. A very hearty welcome to him. He's joining us today for the first time. Mr. Sirivalsan ji has been in the field of education for the past 3.5 decades. He has taught in reputed schools such as the Lawrence School, Lovedale School, the International School Bangalore, and the Selakoi School, that is Dehradun, just before Prem Nagar. When you are coming to Dehradun, you'll be able to see Selakoi, and there are a lot of institutions over there, accepting the vice principalship now at the Indian School Bahrain in 2002. He joined GEMS School in Sharjah in summer of 2005 and has been with them since then. Currently, he is the principal and CEO of our own English High School, Sharjah Boys. He loves the outdoors, camping, trekking, apart from love for the books. Ladies and gentlemen, I think he is promoting holiday and leisure tourism, adventure tourism, soft adventure tourism, green tourism, nature tourism, and all others we can think of, lots of different areas. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, let me drop the curtains and bring all the celebrities right over here with us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I request Shri Anand Prakash ji to start the evening and to hold the fort, hand over thereafter to Mr. Morgan ji, and then we will get the children. And let's take on this evening wonderful way to the entire globe. With these words, I request Shri A.P. Sharma ji, you got to unmute your mic, sir. You've got to unmute your mic. Your mic is muted, sir.
Yeah. I was waiting for
Yes.
Yes. Sir. So thank you very much, Dr. Gulshan ji, and very hearty welcome to Mr. Sri Valsan Murugan ji, and all brilliant students here, Shamvi, Harshita, Deepika, Disha, and Crystal. So all the listeners over here, it's a beautiful evening, but yes, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and then we have to look what are the days ahead, because everybody, 3-4 people everywhere or anywhere are talking. Then they are talking what will happen in October, what will happen in November, when will this curve be flatter. So all these things are happening. But despite that, the younger generation who is looking for a great high sky and want to soar higher and higher, it's a high time for them to think, and it is our duty as the matured generation to think about them and to show them a correct and clear path. These 5 young children being here, just I would like to start with few acronyms very popular nowadays. When we talk about the remote learning, and when we talk about remote learning, children always have a kind of another side, flip side of remote learning, that since being more on a screen, particularly for the remote learning, they are missing out maybe on Facebook and somewhere else where they were spending too much time. So now to make a balance, they have reduced. So there is a FOMO generation, FOMO, very popularly known nowadays, like feeling of missing out. But the new term has come. As the COVID came, the new term has come as JOMO, means joy of missing out. So sometimes it is very important that you try to explore yourself and discover the hidden talents of yourself. Try to discover those kind of attributes of your personality which you have never explored. And for students, this time is not actually feeling missing out, but yes, joy of missing out. Now try to be among your family, try to be among your friends. Yes, virtually. Very important. Most of the children would be laughing because they were already talking most of the time to their friends virtually, and virtually in such a way that only chatting. So with these challenges, there is a lot of burden on educationists. And it is very important that what kind of strategies we are making to make our generation of this century. I'm calling this generation of this century, because it is said the whichever generation goes through lot many struggles, lot many pressures, that generation has become great in human civilization. And as this generation of young children are going through a lot of stress and all, they are going to be stronger than any other generation in last 100 years. That they must learn. They have learned resilience. They have learned lot many such kind of things which no one in our childhood or young age have experienced. We have to give them that support. So just initiating the discussion early, I picked up this term and I prepared. I thought what is important for children to learn. Very important is first to explore. Try to explore yourself, try to explore the things, and then assume, make certain kind of assumptions on the basis of your exploration. Reflect. After reflect, you will learn. And this will be yield what you will get from this whole process. So be early, be quick. And it is very important. Being quick is not winning the race, but being quick is to realize yourself. I used to tell my children that early in the morning when you are getting up and coming to the school, before coming to the school, go to the mirror and tell yourself, I'm the best. Go to the mirror, hold your tie and say, I'm the best. Children started this. So somebody asked, sir, with whom we have competition? I said, this is interesting question. Your competition is with yourself. And these children of class 5 and 6, I asked them, children, you know, iPhone 1, iPhone 2, iPhone 3, which iPhone is going on? Children said, sir, 11. I said, so Madhav, what is your edition? You are still at 1. Try to reach to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Be the best version of yourself. Every day, try to add something good feature, like various mobile companies are adding good features. Children understood this, and very religiously, every one of them going in front of the mirror, and few parents told, sir, quietly we are also doing it. And we feel that early in the morning, getting this positive energy that we are having competition with ourselves and we have to be the best version of ourselves is a great feeling. This is really amazing. But yes, this pandemic has given us one beautiful thought. There are a lot of great anxieties happening, but yes, there are blessings in this terrible disguise. We have to learn and we have to make certain kind of strategies. Another day I was asking in this same platform, I put up a question. Let me put up first question, as Dr. Gulshan used to tell me, Mr. Sharma, you have a lot of questions in chat. So my first question to all the participants is, when was the last you hugged your child? Is it 1 month back, 2 months back, 4 months back, or when? Let me see the chat box. You can answer in the chat box. We have started getting, yes, every day, amazing. Just a minute back, great, daily. So all those who are doing it every day and daily were energetic and quick to do it. But all those who have hugged their children 3 months back or an year back or long back, they are not posting. So my big alarm to them that please take care. A hug is very important, and hug is what I can tell you my story. My father was very strict. He was a doctor, scientist. He was very strict, and we never thought of hugging him. And believe me, maybe at the age of 4 or 5, he would have hugged. After that, when I was around 50, then I thought, and my father was a little bit serious. He just fell down from his stool while doing something with the geyser. So he was on a stretcher. I was in Delhi. I reached Ajmer and then in hospital. As he looked at me, he hugged me. And that was like something heavenly happening. So if a mature person like me can have that feeling, I think children also have that particular feeling. I did one experiment in my school. I told my class 5 children that children, tomorrow when early in the morning, your mom will come to get you up. Just you say, Mama, you are the best, and hug her. And tell me next day what happened. And don't disclose it to your mom that this has been told by the principal. And very interestingly, next day when children came, I asked what happened. Children said, sir, it was very surprising for moms. They didn't ask anything, but yeah, we had good breakfast. Our choicest breakfast was there. This means hug made some difference. After 3-4 days, I asked what happened now. One child said, sir, getting good, and now some changes have come that when my mother is getting hugs every day, my father thought, why I'm missing? So now sometimes my father is also coming to get me up so that I can hug him. And there was one interesting thing. One child said, sir, at my home, something special has happened, that my father was talking to my mom that I think some psychological problem with child, all of a sudden, how come he has started hugging? This is some problem. We should visit a doctor. What is the problem? So this was interesting. But when they posted their anxiety on, nowadays, most of the parents have their WhatsApp group. When they shared that anxiety among themselves, they noticed that everywhere and every home this is happening, that they are hugging. Then I told children that now you can disclose. So the family time and the belongingness and that particular bonding was somewhere strengthening by this small gesture of children. So Srivalsan sir, just I would like to ask that in these hard times, when we are looking at the next September or October month, when the schools will reopen partially, maybe in Middle East it will reopen partially. In India, it seems a little bit difficult. Let us pray that everything gets normalized. But before that, I would like to make a statement that I don't have 40 years experience. I have 30 years experience, and I'm below 60, around 55. So people should not make a different kind of, mark or different kind of imagination about me that I'm looking too young. So Srivalsan sir, just unmute yourself and give your views on one of the strategy which you look ahead.
Good evening, Gulshan Sahab and AP Sharma ji, and all my young friends out there, and everyone listening to this conversation from across the world. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, Sharma ji, for the words of wisdom that you always come out with. The topic that we're discussing this evening is education, the strategies and youth post-COVID. I was thinking about that since yesterday, and did a little bit of reading as well, and combining it with the situation out here, I had come across, I'm bringing in 4 statements, okay, and after I elaborate on them, I think people could ask their questions on the chat box. I would possibly come back and reply. I don't know how Dr. Gulshan wants to do that. But thank you for this opportunity. The most important statement that I would make is that in February, late February, when I was traveling in India, we heard about a virus. And we all said that this is a virus that's happening in a place called Wuhan in China. Little did we realize that in a month's time, this is going to impact the entire world and bring the world to a lockdown stage. Now, you must understand, the field of education is slightly different from every other field. Every field will look for a time and space when disruption can happen. I think the field of education, the disruption happened in the form of COVID-19. There's this joke about who is the chief disruptor, who brings in technology into your company. Is it the chief technical officer? Is it the CEO? Is it the COO? And someone said, no one, but the COVID-19 has brought in technology to play. Okay, having said that, we got to understand that we are talking about 2 generations at this point in time. We are talking about Generation Z, which is there in the schools right now. And you're also talking about Generation Alpha. Both these generations are with us in school right now. Now, Sharma ji talked about the fear of missing out. Sorry, Sharma ji talked about the fear of missing out. This generation is also characterized by phobia, which is the fear of being alone, which makes them resort to technology to stay connected all the time. Okay, so we are talking about Generation Z and we are talking about the Generation Alpha. Okay, and Generation Z is massively built on technology. They are digital natives. And you have Generation Alpha whose parents are actually bulldozer parents who would clear the way for these children to ace whatever they are doing. I read some statistics which has got direct relevance to what we are talking at this point in time. It says that nearly 85% of jobs in the world by the year 2030, 85% of the jobs in the year 2030 have not been invented. So we don't know what kind of job market these guys are going to be getting into. That's a very interesting statement. If we do not know what kind of jobs these guys will get into, what are we preparing them for? This calls for a greater linkage between education and employment, between industries that will employ these graduates and institutes that are turning out these graduates. At the school level, we need to think a little more deeper. So the premise on which the entire discussion is on, what are we preparing them for? The job market stands completely altered. Okay, traditional jobs are going out of the window. So you have that premise. Education, now you're talking about a system or a situation where we need to redefine the role of educators like myself and Sharma ji, and all of you teachers that are listening here. We cannot be the same traditional teachers. The sage on the stage is gone. We have got to reinvent, redefine pedagogy to suit the current needs. The pandemic has brought in forth several responses and several challenges. In the Middle East, we are fortunate because the digital divide is not that wide. But we have challenges in other parts of the world where you have challenges vis-a-vis devices, we have challenges vis-a-vis bandwidth, we have challenges vis-a-vis connectivity, and each one of them have had fantastic responses. I read about a teacher who used the loudspeaker in the temple, okay, to relay her lessons. Just imagine how ingenious that teacher must be, how committed, how passionate that teacher must be. So we are trying to look at a stage where we are trying to redefine the role of the educators. Educating citizens in an interconnected world. Okay, we are talking about the connectedness between students has no geographical boundaries. As we see, as we talk now, we have people listening from various parts of the world. The same way, we have teachers teaching from India. We have students who take classes from India. So that the fact that the world is highly interconnected comes into play. And this will be far more defined in the days to come. Whether we like it or not, online education is there to stay. And it will get far more refined. We need in the always, but more so in the post-COVID era, we need to teach life skills that are needed for the future. The life skills primarily characterized by C words. Okay, you talk about getting creative. So our children need to be creative. So we got to teach creativity if it can be taught, if it can be shaped, if it can be honed. We talk about teaching communication skills. Very critical, extremely critical. We got to teach them communication skills. So always, but always, a person who's a better communicator always emerges on top. We talk about collaboration. Okay, not only among students, but between teachers and parents, between students and parents, between the three together forms a fantastic, a phenomenal collaborative effort. And that can only mean extremely well for students. And the fourth thing that I would talk about is unlocking technology to deliver education. Now, this is at once a phenomenal opportunity and a phenomenal challenge. Okay, the moment we bring into play technology in the field of education, it will completely alter the educational scenario. I half suspect that in the days to come, the number of seats available in premium institutes would be far more than we've had now. For instance, if premier institutes had 60 seats for a master's program in business or whatever field, they possibly will open up maybe 300 seats, because part of the program would be blended. And learning will happen all the time, the convenience of the learner. We have seen that happening in our school. We can now deliver lessons at 7 o'clock in the evening, no problems, because parents are available at that point in time. We can have the virtual learning platform available for anybody. So the disruption has happened, and I think it is a blessing in disguise for all of us. It has, see, anything will happen, any idea will come into force when it's absolutely right and opportune. I would leave with these thoughts. Let's convert this challenge into a massive opportunity that we've had. And we will, all of us together, redefine the education process to the greater common good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I will come back to you. So get ready for second round. So this time you threw two questions. One question was, in 2030, what kind of employment, what kind of professions will be there are not defined. But yes, I know there was one experiment done, and the observations were conducted that in one bank, 3 of the tailors was replaced by the robots. It was in India only. So what happened that after 3-4 days, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, few ladies started complaining that this tailor, we can't see the expression, we can't see anything, only we get the money, that's all, we give the parchi and we get the money. So nothing actually is happening, which looks like that something. So manager asked, what something? Well, he said earlier, the person who used to sit behind this particular screen, this particular window, used to ask whenever I was coming, oh, Mataji, how is your son? How is your daughter doing? So that gives a lot of warmth. So basically, there are few things which will not change. And maybe that nowadays, a few scientists are trying to, like somebody has made Sophia also, who can give some expressions. But by 2030 also, those kind of expressions, Sophias and maybe the, the Edian and whatever names they keep, will not be able to give. So at this level, it is very important that we teach our students some skills, and these are soft skills and life skills, because these will remain forever with them. Whatever they will try to achieve in life, whatever they will look for, always it will be with them. And it is the way. And how to do it, post-pandemic we are talking, but post-pandemic, how it will be, there will be so many changes which will come. But right now, if we are looking at children, and children are thinking of one simple thing, that how to learn. They are missing their laboratories. They are missing their play fields. They are missing that particular kind of discussion which was happening in the class. So like you said about 4 C's, I have 5 E's and there are 7 E's even. But in learning process, the first thing is engaging. First E is engaging means teacher must create interest, generate curiosity. So children ask questions and elicit responses that uncover what the student know or think about the concept or topic. And from students, they must ask questions and questions. Second E is elaborate. Expect the students to use formal levels of definitions, explanations, and then connecting that knowledge. Because I believe that in India, we are believing in acquiring knowledge. We have to move from acquiring knowledge to creating knowledge, constructing knowledge, and bringing new knowledge. So other day, this whole process is required. Acquiring knowledge, library has lot many books, but library is not the wisest, because library is not a live person, but any person who is having many books, another person, a bookseller is having many books, but he is not brilliant. The only thing is that from acquiring knowledge, it is important that we move to actually the construct knowledge and further the new knowledge. That can be done by exploration only. And then third thing is explain. Teacher must give the concepts and some kind of activities which children can do at home. For example, tell children that try to do yourself crystallization with the help of your mom. Try to understand evaporation, try to understand the whole water cycle, those kind of things which are related to certain aspects and certain concepts may be brought in picture. But one thing is always there, that when we are talking about those days about which we are not very clear. But yes, one thing is very, very much there about which everybody is talking. The children are having too much screen time. How to minimize that is very interesting. And here comes the self-care and mental health. Children should know that they should share their own feelings to encourage self-awareness. They should learn self-discipline. Set aside time for low stress and solo activities. Find social groups that help them feel like they belong. Focus on articulating feeling. I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm happy. And of course, establishing a self-care routine. Encourage journaling and writing. Another day I was talking to my students and they said, sir, now we are missing. I said, what are you missing? Sir, we are missing our time on, social media, sir. I said, okay, all of you start blogging. So one girl started blogging. After 7-8 days, I asked how many of you are blogging. So many were blogging, but this girl stood up and said, sir, I've started blogging. I said, how many followers you have? She said, sir, I have forced them to be my followers because all those followers are my relatives only. I said, good. Are they giving certain kind of comments? Yes, sir, they are giving comments, and all comments, I know most of the comments are wrong comments. They are just to encourage me, but I feel good. So you can come to some kind of constructivism from certain kind of a system of thinking where we think about one thing only, that mobile is for this. Similarly, when we talk about strategy, then there should be more emphasis on certain kind of learning which come on engaging, eliciting, explaining, and maybe thinking about ear. One term is very interesting, ear and eye. One is observe, investigate or inquire and learn. This is common thing. So whenever child will observe something, but after becoming a young youth, there will be a complete process. There will be a complete process where they will try to improve themselves, and they themselves will learn the adaptability according to the technology and according to the different kind of systems which will come. But yes, obviously learning process is continuous. But when we talk about screen time, if I ask in the chat box how much screen time our participants are having every day, it includes watching TV as well as being on the Facebook, being on WhatsApp, everything. Sir, Dr. Gulshan sir, you should not vote because your screen time will come a little higher side. So just give how many hours screen time you are having right now. 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours. All the participants can chat in chat box. They can write. Oh my God, 14. I think by mistake, 14 hours is by mistake. 6, 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours. Sir, alarming. 10 hours, unlimited hour by KG1 and grade 5. Children are. So there should be a change in strategy. We know that even in KG classes and 1, 2, 3, 4 classes, there is a technique called LSRW. This means listening, speaking, reading, and then coming to writing. And in all 4, it is not necessary that you are in front of a screen. There can be listening activities where you are listening something. 6 to 8 hours. Sri Valsan Mulgan sir, के views बहुत ही innovative. Sir, good comments for your talk. So very simple thing is that how to decrease this screen time. It is very, 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 very important. And then doing certain kind of exercise, eye exercise, which are very, very useful nowadays. So coming into picture this destructive kind of thing, when we talk about students, then now MHRD has given certain kind of instructions and guidelines to all the schools to follow, that how much time is good for different kind of students, but there should be break between certain kind of classes when you take. So Murugan sir, my next question is, so while making this strategy and looking into screen time, how to make a good strategy without compromising any kind of education or learning?
What we have done, thanks once again, what we have done is we have got a formula of 65-35. Okay, the entire learning process, and this is actually regulated by our, see in the UAE, we have regulators. Okay, our regulators are the Sharjah Private Education Authority, SPIA, and in Dubai we have the KHDA. In Abu Dhabi we have ADK, Abu Dhabi Education Council. Now, SPIA has mandated that the entire learning spectrum should be 65-35. That is 65% on screen, 35% asynchronous. Okay. Now, if it is asynchronous, you could do it at your own pace as well. Okay. So there is enough time between the screen and off the screen. And what we also do is we are focused on wellness. Okay, so it is not that, you know, that the boy sits on his computer or the laptop or on his devices at 7 o'clock in the morning and then he gets off only at 1 o'clock. That is actually not the right scenario as is being painted. Okay, there is enough gap between sessions. Okay, there are eye exercises that are being taught by the PE department. There is one entire spectrum of counseling division that's talking about wellness. Okay, and what we do is we track the vulnerable segments of students. Okay, various types of vulnerabilities are there. Okay, and each student is being tracked. I can tell you, now we are on vacation. Okay, but what our teachers are doing is once a week, they will convene the class for 40 minutes. Do they teach? No. They just have time to talk to each other about what is happening in their homes, because nobody is traveling. Everybody is at home. So just to feel connected, just to ensure that everybody is okay, we have that. So with the 65-35 formula that's coming in, all right, we do not have much of a concern or a worry in terms of spending so much of time on screen. We had the same questions in March and early April. At this point in time, we are fine with that. And moving forward in September, we have a formula of 50% coming into school. So if you have 3,000 students, for example, on any given day, we'll have only 1,500 students coming into school. Okay, the remaining 1,500 will come on another day, alternate days. Okay, so this is the formula that's being worked out by our school, and which is subject to approval from our regulators. Okay, so we do not, I see somebody written this 20 break we give to us.
That was one rule I told them in my slide previously.
Fantastic. I mean, I think, see, what happens is, this is exactly what I was talking to you earlier. You know, the mode of the persons who are delivering also will change. They will figure out very inventive ways of doing things. Okay, because in the final analysis, okay, school may be closed. The physical school may be closed. Learning has not stopped. And learning will not stop. Okay, if we have committed people on board, and I'm sure there is no dearth of committed people on board, we will not fail our students. Whatever be the situation, this generation, we cannot allow this generation to waste a year.
Very correct, very correct.
Okay? We need to deliver for them. Learning will happen. The mode of learning, the way of learning might change, but the outcome will still remain the same. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, yes, certainly, sir. But we have to look at a bigger curriculum now. However, CBSE is also thinking of opening it up, because now one assurance, because these 5 representatives are also here, and certainly they are looking for some hope. They are looking for certain kind of resolutions from the teacher fraternity and the next generation, that to tell them that your future is safe, your future is secure. That, as I already announced in the beginning, that see, your generation, the generation of these students, Alpha and Z, that they will be the best in the last century. Any generation had done great things and all, because, you know, most of, it has been told that most of the experiments and all have been done by the scientists when they had a lot of stress. I don't want to say that when you want to invent, then you invite a lot of stress, but rather when they had a lot of stress of doing something great, thinking out of the box and doing something unique, then only they could do it. So there should be that thirst, and that thirst can always carry them to a next level of education and next level of learning. And here it is very important for parents, because now parents are like surrogate teachers. I'm using a term which is very common nowadays. They are helping children, small children, particularly KG, 1 class, 2, 3, 4, they are helping a lot. But yes, there is one very important thing, that there are problems in teens. I came to know that since they are living in the same, under the same roof for more time now, so parents and children, their relationship somewhere is at stake. So I gave them one idea, that tell your child that, okay, child, I want to learn few things from you. Like, I will ask one question again to participants. Yes, participants, you have to tell me in chat box that how many of you are using mobile other than calling, receiving email and photograph. If you are using, then say yes. If you are not using, then say no. My question is, if you are using your mobile other than taking photograph or taking calls or checking emails. Yeah. Good. So responses are coming, and interesting responses. Yes, yes, no, 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 yes, no, no. It's 50-50% almost. And many of them who wanted to say no, but don't want to write no. I have seen most of the big industrialists, they have phone call only just to receive call and to give call. The point is, sometimes you can ask your child that teach me various aspects. If you ask children, that child will tell you that I'm using mobile for 20 other things. You tell your child, teach me something. about the mobile. Child will feel elated. Oh my God, I'm teaching my father. Good. When you will learn something from your child will learn something from you. This is vice versa, and this is mutual. If child will feel elated, feel respected, will give you more respect. That is very simple idea. So have such kind of interaction when you want to learn something from your children. Just there was some request to show that eye exercises. I will show it for the benefit. Can I share a screen, sir, for just one slide? Yes, I think I can. Yeah, so Sri Valsan sir, these were some exercise I told another day. So since a few participants were asking the exercises, so this 20-20-20 is that alleviate computer exercise. And in this exercise, basically, every 20 minutes, look 20 feet away and for 20 seconds. So your eyes will feel relaxed. Second one is blinking exercise. If your eyes are dry, then always you can blink, but don't do this blinking exercise for more time. Otherwise, this will become your habit. And this is the most important exercise, is like 8. So like an infinite also, generally we say infinity sign. So like you see the eyeball, how it is moving. So it is very important that after every 40 minutes, you do this kind of exercise, where figure 8 exercise it is called, or eye palm exercise. After every 1 hour, or 1.5 hour, just keep your eye palm over your eyelids and you will feel relaxed. So it is very important for those all participants who are spending 8 hours, 10 hours and more than that time on the screen. So take care, and it is very important that you take care of yourself. Without that, nothing can be improved. So next question, sir. So we have thought of this, that, okay, when the schools will reopen, now see, you have only maybe 3,000 students. I have 7,600 students. And then for 7,600 students also, we are planning like that. 50% are coming, 50% will be at home. And we are arranging one camera in every class. So while teacher is teaching, the children, 50% children who are at home are learning the same time. And then we are giving some videos to those students who have to come next day. So they come prepared what is to be taught next day. So some kind of blended learning, but beyond blended learning. This is much better than blended learning, that where we are doing simultaneously, everything is happening and we are not wasting time also. So similarly, if there are some kind of thoughts where the school, particularly teachers, can evolve some kind of, activities, some kind of strategies to bridge the learning gaps. And these learning gaps are related to collaboration. These learning gaps are related to experimentation. These learning gaps are related to the activities. What's your thought, sir?
See, what has happened, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, what has happened is, over the past 3.5 to 4 months, okay, we have come to a stage where most teachers have evolved their own style of teaching and learning. Okay, like when there is tremendous autonomy for the teacher will simply do her very best in order to ensure that the child learns. Okay, so what has happened here is, at this point in time, there is far more monitoring than we want to have. Okay, see, earlier, there used to be class observations by heads of departments, supervisors, headmaster, maybe the principal, and stuff like that. Today, you have far more monitoring in the form of parents sitting there, possibly, in the form of heads of department, because everybody can access the class. Okay, but teachers have got used to the presence of aliens. Yeah, and they're very comfortable because they are sure about what they are doing, right? And they have developed individual plans to ensure that everybody learns. Okay, we had a little bit of a problem with the assessments, but we have now come out with a plan where even that would become totally foolproof. Okay, now, does this mean that this system will stay for a long time? We want to go back to the campus. And God willing, we will go back to the campus. But when we go back to the campus, it will be a different campus. It will not be the same campus that you and I left in March. It will be a campus which will stand altered in terms of its ethos. There will be a new learning trajectory that is happening. And is that going to be negative or positive? It is going to be brilliant. Okay, I know now for sure that there are certain things I will do virtually. For example, in March, we had the open house virtually. We had far more attendance than we had when we were on campus. Okay, anytime any parent can seek an audience with a class teacher online. At their convenience, no parent is going to say, listen, I'm not free. Okay, because a teacher is going to say, all right, tell me when you're free, I'll come. Okay, so there are parents who are staying in Sharjah, working in Dubai, will possibly come back at 8 o'clock. All right, and if that's that kind of a challenge, the teacher is quite flexible. Okay, to deliver. So what we have come to is, okay, which is why I come back to the statement again and again, saying that the pandemic has been the right kind of disruption that has happened in the, it is ripe. The time
terrible guys.
Yeah,
terrible.
And this may sound very cliched, but this marks a paradigm shift in the way we teach and more in the way we learn. Okay, individual. Now we have special education needs children of determination. Okay, there is a watch on them. Pull-out sessions are happening simultaneously. Integration is happening. Inclusion is happening. What more do you want?
Certainly, sir.
Given the situation, okay, I think the world over, educators have risen to a new high. Okay, I mean, I'm watching this everywhere. I've seen students learning in Wayanad, remote Kerala. I've seen students learning in the Gadwal Hills of India. I've seen children learning in northeastern parts of India. I've seen students learning in Latin America. Because this is our business, to look how children are learning. And I think the world over, teachers have come to a new high. At this time, let's give a combined applause to those colleagues in the teaching fraternity. They have really, that I must give them a big salam.
Yes, certainly, sir. Teachers have done amazing work, and a big salute from me to the teacher fraternity. And so as the parents, they stood up by the teachers. And the most important thing, I was having a webinar in which a few teachers asked, sir, what Mool mantra you would like to give for us, particularly now during remote learning, that what should be strategy? I said, now you keep your strategy not content-based. You keep your strategy outcome-based. Now, when you keep your strategy outcome-based, that these are running outcomes we have to achieve, then you can engage children in various activities at home also. Tell the child, observe the plants, parts of plant. Observe how germination is taking place. Ask child that, okay, how you are preparing tea, and while preparing tea, why are you putting all other things towards end, not in the beginning? And there are few mothers who put everything in the beginning. Tell them the scientific reason is boiling point. There are so many things from home they can learn. And we are preparing an activity chart. We have prepared more than 200 such kind of activities in which child can learn from small things from home, like from class 1 child. I said, tell child to learn what is the purpose of hinges on the door. Hinges on the door. Try to learn something from different kind of things, that why shape of glass is this, why there are water drops when you are bringing some chilled water in a steel glass outside. So many things child can learn from observations. Only thing is, give them certain observations and try to tell them that you evaluate. See, all kind of inventions came to existence because of observation. James Watt, the poor child, was sitting and looking at the kettle jumping, and he made the steam engine. The Newton observed that why this apple has fallen on his head. So many things would have fallen on the head of many people, but they never noticed. Archimedes was in the bathtub, and the water came out. He came out okay. There is some Archimedes principle to find out the purity of gold or something else, and anything depending upon that. So observation is the key, and from observation, how you move to the next, and that is how you inquire from the observation, and there come the question. So the whole strategy is going to happen on three things. One is observation and inquire, and then most important thing, what to achieve, learning outcomes. Then learning gaps will not be there. And collaboration, very simply tell children, talk. I had a workshop with a few schools in Delhi, and I told teachers that tomorrow you will make the group of four teachers, and then you will make a group's logo name and the purpose, that why you have put the name, but you will talk to each other on conference call. I asked them, how many of you know conference call? There were 3% teachers who were knowing the conference call. Next day they came and they said all of us know the conference call. And then it was very amazing to talk on conference call and talking, and then coming out on certain kind of solutions. I said, from whom you learned conference calling? 95% people said, 95% teachers said, say we learned it from our children, and few learned it from Google. So basic idea is that there are so many tools to collaborate also. It is not only chatting and then collaborating. It is very important to listen to each other. And to children also, we have to devise a system in which they listen to each other and to feel that they are socialized. So the last question to you, sir, Murugan sir, that today, what piece of advice you would like to give to our participants about one most important thing is resilience. How to come to resilience and how to teach resilience to our students. And first, they must learn themselves the resilience, who are looking at the news, and they are very much interested in what is happening in Rajasthan. That is good, no problem, you can see, but they are looking at one more thing, that what is the death toll? Like we used to see the cricket score or share market. So that reduces immunity of the person. And then they have to learn how to live with these situations, because they have to live for a long time, especially the young students. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. You know, I was quite excited when I saw those youngsters who are part of this panel. I'm really keen to know what they think about it.
Yes.
They are the ones who are, see, we have our own wisdom, which we talk about, but I'm really keen on knowing what these kids have to say to us. Okay, but to answer your question, okay, resilience is something that we all need to have. Now, the pandemic has come at such a point in time that by itself is a factor which has strengthened these children. They have seen it, they are living through it. Okay, I call the class of 2021 that will graduate next year as the COVID batch in the positive sense, because they have to take in all the challenges which no other batch has had. The class of 2020 had it easier because it came only around the time when they wrote the final exam.
Yeah.
Okay, but the class of 2021 has become resilient. They have a lot of worries. What is the form of examinations? What will be the content? What are the questions that are going to be asked? You know, they've got a lot of questions. But by the time they hit November, they would possibly be the most resilient amongst both Generation Z and Generation Alpha. Some of those students who have joined us this year in kindergarten, we have not seen them yet.
Yeah.
These are the students that will graduate in 2034.
Yeah.
Class of 2034. Okay, tell me something. They would be phenomenal because they will be a product of the post-COVID situation. Okay, and they will be completely unlike any other batch. I know I'm generalizing, but I think, there's a statement in the English language which says that the stars come out the brightest when it's dark.
Exactly. So we shared the same feeling. Over to Dr. Gulshan. We want to hear our young guns. Yeah, so young guns, come on screen now.
First of all, before I go to these children, I would say, Murugan Saab, right from your heart, so much you covered and so much. I'm a student every evening. I'm learning from all of you. Anand Prakash ji, I heard earlier, and so much he brings the value addition. But I heard you for the first time, and each and every word what you have conveyed, like a good student, I have taken the notes. I have noted down everything, and it's so true. And challenges to opportunities, redefining education, 65-35. Physical school is closed, but the learning has not stopped. And new learning trajectory, keep your strategy outcome based, activity chart, 85% of jobs. That is a question which is very important. In fact, I'm not finding a solution to that, to be very frank. When I come on that whatever we are teaching today, would it become obsolete or obsolescent? Would it hold any value? I used to stand in the class 2:2, 2:4, 2:3, 6, 2:4, 8. Throughout the life, I have been, when I studied A square plus B square is equal to 2 plus equivalent to, I think, 2AB or whatever I studied in 11th class. I do not know when did I apply that? Where did I apply that? So I personally feel that somewhere the education has to be relevant to day-to-day life. It has to be relevant to our day-to-day living, and it has to be our values, culture, heritage, social norms, so many things. And you have packed it so nicely. And unlocking technology to deliver education you used, that was so good. Life skills, when you mentioned creativity, communication skill, and collaboration, yes. Several challenges are there, and online education is there to stay. Somewhere, if you ask me, what was to come after a few years, it has come little before.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was to come. It was
Yes.
destined to come. It was a necessity. It was needed. And the only thing is it has come little before time. And we were not prepared for it. And when you mentioned that you had just gone and you learned, it is only in China. And by the time you reached, you learned, oh my God, it's spreading everywhere now.
So,
yes.
Gulshan Saab, I'm sorry to interrupt. I always talk about this. I was pushed to the cliff edge.
Yes.
And somebody pushed me.
Huh.
And I started diving with the fear that I'm falling. And then suddenly I discovered that I had wings and I started soaring.
Yes, yes. That's why you talk about adventure tourism. I read everything. And your green.
He's a very good storyteller, sir. So I was telling. So today my role was of more of a moderator.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
We have got very good comments from participants on Facebook.
Yes.
Sri Valsan sir, you rocked.
God bless.
Thank you.
God bless. It was wonderful. So with the permission of both my distinguished guests, let's get across to the younger generation. And Shambhavi, let's start with you. You got to, Shambhavi, you got to unmute your mic, child. Just unmute your mic. Come on. And if your camera is fine, why don't you connect with the whole world? Just come live And let's share and let's have, yes, here is my
Good evening, sir.
child. Wonderful, hearty welcome.
Welcome.
Great, great. Future belongs to all of you. You are the one, those are going to rock and those are going to empower the entire humanity. Shambhavi, which standard or which class are you in, child?
Sir, I'm in 12th Commerce.
You're in 12th Commerce. Okay.
Yes.
What would you like to tell the whole universe? You heard both the speakers.
Yes,
They
I
gave
heard.
such a wonderful ideas and so much
Yeah.
they shared. You tell me, as a young child, what do you want? Forget about everybody. Don't think about anybody else. Now you are the rock star. When
Yes.
Sharma ji was telling Anand Prakash ji that शीशे के सामने खड़े होके जब बातचीत हुआ तो उन्होंने पूछा भाई तुम्हारा कंपटीशन किसी के साथ है तो शाहरुख खान बोलता है मेरा कंपटीशन किसी के साथ नहीं है मेरा कंपटीशन खुद के साथ है. So now I want to hear, Shambhavi, you forget about the whole world. Just think at this point of time, you're the star, this camera is yours, the entire universe is yours. And what do you want to share?
Sir, firstly, I would like to say thanks to all of you for allowing me to participate in this webinar. It was indeed really informative and I really enjoyed it.
What do you
And
want to tell every girl world over? What do you want to tell? Come on.
I
Every
just want to say that as we discussed about online classes today and online education today, so I would like to say some things about it only.
Huh.
So I would like to say
Sachi,
that,
sachi batao, are you enjoying?
yes, I am.
Okay, you're enjoying. You're enjoying online classes.
Yes,
That's
sir.
very important for me to understand you're enjoying. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So I would like to say that online classes are actually really important and really needful for us in this lockdown and this coronavirus pandemic, because our education and knowledge is not at all lacking and we are going ahead and we are not lacking anywhere. But the only problem which I am facing as a student is that sometimes I do not understand how to balance my time with the online classes as well as with my other things, because when we were in school we didn't get time between two classes, like if we are at home we get a time or about 20 minutes, or it must be about 1 hour gap also in some classes. So we take naps or do any other thing, and sometimes we procrastinate also.
एक बात सच्ची सच्ची बताना, मम्मी
Yes,
पापा
sir.
तंग तो नहीं कर रहे घर पे?
नहीं,
मम्मी पापा ज्यादा प्रेशराइज तो नहीं कर रहे?
नहीं,
क्योंकि
बिल्कुल भी नहीं।
ज्यादातर बच्चे अपने पीयर ग्रुप्स को स्कूल में इसलिए जाते हैं, थैंक गॉड पेरेंट्स से थोड़ा सा दूर रहने का टाइम, तुम लोग मम्मी पापा ज्यादा तंग तो नहीं कर रहे?
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं।
अच्छा ठीक है. What
हाँ।
suggestion would you like to give to Ministry of Tourism? हमें क्या करना चाहिए एजुकेशन सिस्टम को और आगे एम्पावर करने के लिए?
To empower it or to make it more interesting, I would say.
Yeah, yes.
To make the education system more interesting, we can develop and we can just introduce some more apps related to students' welfare. Also, like as we are studying online, so we are doing many activities which we don't used to do in the school. Like we are presenting PPTs on our own on like a day-to-day basis. We are presenting it to everyone, to the students, and we are teaching them. So it is benefiting us also as well as the other students too.
Thank you, Shambhavi. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
The best part you told that apps related to students' welfare. That point I have taken because that should go to the Ministry of HRD, Government of India. It should go to all the stakeholders. Shambhavi, we bless you. All three
Thank
of
you so
us,
much,
Golden
sir.
Triangle, Anand Prakash ji and Mr. Murugan and myself, we want to see you shining, rising, growing. And सबसे बड़ा एक point मुर्गन जी ने कहा था, creativity. And second part you have got excellent, that is communication skills. He mentioned
Thank you
that
so
time.
much.
You communicate so well. Bless are you, child, and regards to you, your parents, and your family. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Crystal, unmute your mic, child. Crystal, can you unmute your mic, Crystal?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
allow them to ask any question also if they want to ask to the panel.
Okay. Fine. Crystal, the format we were taking little different, that they give their views to the
good,
whole world.
good. That's
But if
better.
you asked, we can take them.
Yes, yes.
Crystal, you got to show yourself, child. If your camera is fine, then the Crystal Rodriguez should come here. Crystal Rodriguez, is your camera fine? Yes. Welcome, my child. Hearty
Good
welcome
evening,
to
sir.
you. How is Crystal, your family? How are your parents, and how's everybody?
They're all good, and I don't actually live with my parents.
Okay, okay, okay. So, Crystal, tell me, which standard are you in, beta?
I'm studying in 12th grade in science.
In science. आप इसलिए सीरियस हैं क्योंकि आप साइंस पढ़ते हैं. इतना सीरियस नहीं रहना चाहिए. Yes, you got to be smiling, laughing, being happy all the time. Happiness बहुत अच्छा है. What are your hobbies, मेरा बेटा?
I like to draw and
You like to?
read. I like to read books and draw.
Okay, you know, read books. I understood. What is the second?
Draw.
Draw.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Reading books. What kind of a reading books? Not a horror books, no?
No.
Yeah, good, pleasant books. Okay, good. Very good. What would you like to tell every girl child world over? Because people are watching you from the whole world. What would you like to say, Crystal, to the whole world, all the girl child, everybody?
Right now the times are tough, but I know that everyone has the power to, and like obviously happy times are gonna come after this. We just need to wait and
Okay. Okay.
have strength and all that.
Okay, so your central point is everybody has got a power. That is
Yes,
the word which you used. Everybody has got a power.
Yes,
What do
sir.
you want to become in life, beta, after doing your +2, or after that you want to join college? So what do you want to become in life?
I want to become a surgeon.
You want to become surgeon. Wow, that's great. So please help the humanity the best possible way, because the whole world would look forward to bless Crystal Broderick to become a top surgeon of the global surgeon. I won't talk only India. I don't want to be selfish. I say global surgeon. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Harshita, kindly unmute your mic, child. Kindly unmute Harshita. Yes. Please come to the center stage, Harshita. Yes. Show yourself if your camera is working fine. Yes, Harshita. Tell me. Tell to the whole world, Harshita. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm good. How are you?
God bless you, beta. How's everybody at home?
Everyone's fine, sir.
Good. Very good. Harshita, आप कौन सी क्लास में हैं?
सर मैंने अभी 12th स्टैंडर्ड मेरा कंप्लीट करा है.
12th कंप्लीट कर लिया. So
Yes, sir.
statement ये आएगी, thank God I have completed 12th, or oh, I just completed 12th. What would you like to say? Thank God?
Thank God.
Thank God. Okay. What subjects, beta?
Science.
Science. Okay. Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
At least I'm very happy. I'm seeing a science child who is smiling. Otherwise, इतने serious रहते हैं जैसे scientists जो है, that they are not supposed to smile, they are not supposed to laugh, and they are got to be serious all the time. ऐसा नहीं है बच्चों को. Okay. What are your hobbies, beta?
I like cooking.
Cooking.
And
Oh,
yes.
wow. Cooking. Oh my God. ये तो मैं बड़ी देर के बाद किसी बच्चे से सुना है कि you like cooking. आजकल तो बच्चे कहते हैं सिर्फ बाहर से बन के खाना आ जाए, कोई कुक नहीं करना पड़े. I think Morgan साहब, children like nowadays it should be cooked outside and they should just enjoy whatever is coming, whether a fast food or otherwise. Anand Prakash ji, is it or not? बच्चे तो चाहते हैं कि बाहर से बन के आ जाए. अच्छा, हर्षिता, one is cooking.
नहीं, अब सीख गए सर. अब सीख गए घर का खाना.
Yes, yes. Harshita, what else, beta? Cooking के अलावा?
Cooking के अलावा I like dressing up sometimes.
You like dressing up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So one should dress up smart. One should dress up smart. तो चलो,
Yeah.
हम आज बातचीत करते हैं. What message would you like to give to all girl child world over? आप क्या कहना चाहोगे सब girl child से, सब बच्चों से क्या कहना चाहेंगे बेटा आप?
I think the main thing about be it a girl or a boy, it's more about you following what they want to do.
Okay.
Because many a times, like the children are pressurized to go into a certain stream.
Okay.
But then now that as our generation is known as Gen Z, the revolutionary generation. So we have many new more fields open to us.
Yes.
So I
बहुत
mean,
आप लोग तो बहुत फॉर्चुनेट हैं मिलेनियल्स. आपके पास इतने सारे गैजेट्स हैं, सब कुछ है. हम I wish we were born now and we were all of your age. हम भी enjoy करते हैं आप ही की तरह, है ना? Okay.
Because that is, like, there is a big gap between like our parents and our own age, because at that time there weren't really those many fields to
So
go into.
let's take a question: how to narrow that gap?
Talking to them, making
Okay,
them
talking to each
understand.
other. Talking
Yeah.
to each other. Okay. मम्मी पापा ने तुमको साइंस लेने के लिए कहा था कि तुमने खुद से ली?
I wanted to be a doctor since I was a kid, so it was my own
Oh,
choice.
you wanted
I
to
was
be
never pressurized
doctor.
to do anything.
Okay, okay. So, any last word you would like to tell every girl child world over?
Just believe in yourself, and you can do anything you want. Self-love is
Wow,
important.
wow.
Very good, very good.
Believe in yourself. Great, great. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. Okay, who's the next child? Deepika, are you there? You can unmute your mic, Deepika.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Deepika is right over here at the center stage. Ladies and gentlemen, hearty welcome to Deepika. Deepika, if your camera is fine, we would like to see you, beta. Is your camera
Yes, sir.
fine? Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Good evening.
Welcome to my child, Deepika. Hearty welcome. Let the whole world see this beautiful child. Okay. Which class are you in, beta?
I just passed my 12th grade in
Oh, you
CBSE.
just passed your 12th. So तुम्हारी statement क्या है? हर्षिता तो सच बोल के गई है. मैं जो कुछ कहूंगी सच की कहूंगी, सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूंगी. Thank God 12th is over. Oh no, 12th is over. तो दोनों में से क्या है?
Thank God 12th is over.
Thank God 12th is over, Deepika. Great, great. So आपने क्या stream लिया था बेटा?
Commerce. I took commerce.
Commerce. Okay. So you're a student of a commerce. Why did you choose commerce, beta?
Sir, because I was never so interested in science. I mean,
Okay.
after I reached the age of 8, like I was in the 8th grade and I realized that, oh no, science is not my cup of
It's
tea.
not
And
your cup of tea. Okay.
no,
Okay.
it's not.
What
And
do you
I
want?
was always
What do you want to
interested
become in life,
in
beta? What do you want to become in life?
not exactly decided, but I want to do something in management and human resources so that I can be more close to people, and because money is not something I can handle so well.
Wow. You want to be with the human resources. You want to be with HR. You want to be with the humanity. आप सारी दुनिया की girls को क्या कहना चाहोगे आज की शाम? What would you like to tell the whole universe, all the girls? Because people are watching you world over. You are a celebrity today. You are a celebrity. Come on. What would you like to tell the whole
So,
world?
I just want to say that, as Harshita said, you have to believe in yourself, because nobody's going to come and tell you that. People may tell you that you cannot do it. There are thousands of people who are going to question your abilities, and there are more people who are going to point out your mistakes than your successes. And just stay put where you are. Failures are a part of life, and we learn from our failures. Don't just sit back because you have a setback in your life. Move forward, because it is the most important thing to learn from your failures and move ahead and do better for yourself and for others.
See,
That's all I want
wonderful,
to say.
wonderful, Deepika. And just imagine, heartiest congratulations, Mr. Morgan from Sharjah, who is with us today. He told, well done, Deepika. Commerce is a smart option. He has put
Thank you
for
so
you.
much, sir. Thank
So
you.
you got to be happy. Papa, Mama, sab achhe
Yes,
se hai? Everybody is happy at
sir.
home? Good.
Yes, everybody is happy.
God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
now let me invite Disha God. Disha, unmute your mic, child, and
Yes,
just come
sir.
on the main stage, Disha. Wow, this is my another child. Hearty welcome. Here comes
Thank you.
another celebrity, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful. Disha, आप बेटा कौन सी क्लास में हैं?
12 commerce.
12th commerce. Oh my God, आज सारे commerce वाले. So you have completed 12th or you are in 12th?
I'm in 12.
You are in 12th. Okay. Did you choose commerce at your own या मम्मी पापा ने कहा commerce लेने के लिए?
At my own.
At your own. Okay. Why did you choose commerce, beta?
Actually, I wasn't interested in science and arts. That's why I thought.
Elimination law.
Okay, what are your hobbies? What are your hobbies, beta?
Sir, I don't have great hobbies, but yeah, I like watching movies.
ऐसे कभी नहीं बोलना है कि I don't have great hobbies. Every hobby is a great hobby. Anything which we do in this world, whosoever has come, they have come with some qualities. God has sent all of us with something unique. तो तुम्हारे को क्या अच्छा लगता है? वो तुम्हारी पैशन जो है वही तुम्हारी हॉबी है. बताओ क्या अच्छा लगता है?
I like watching movies.
Oh, you like watching movies. Okay, good. आपने लास्ट कौन सी पिक्चर देखी है?
Sir, recently Gulabo Sitabo.
Okay, okay. Is this a movie? I think me and Mr. Morgan and Anand Prakash ji has to find out, is this a movie?
No, I have seen, sir. I have seen.
Oh God, acha. So you
Amitabh
belong to
Bachchan
young
is-
age. Now I have come to know. Now I have come to know only. Okay. So how's the movie, beta?
That was really good.
Okay, what lesson did you get from that movie?
So that movie was actually about a landlord who was tensed up because of his tenant. So
So it's
yeah,
a movie, humor.
humor, yeah, a bit of
Okay.
humorous movie that was.
Okay, laughter, happiness.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. What message would you like to give to all the girls, those are in 12th class, this time, pandemic है, coronavirus है, और पहली बात तो ये बताओ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, तुम अपने आप से, लोग सुन भी रहे हो तो कोई बात नहीं, तुमको ऑनलाइन अच्छा लग रहा है कि वो क्लास में जो बोरिंग सा टीचर आता था, पढ़ाता था, ऐसे थका हुआ सा क्लास होती थी, और फिर अपने पड़ोसी को हम बोलते थे, थैंक गॉड दिस पीरियड इज ओवर, तो तुम्हें ये वाला अच्छा लग रहा है, डिजिटल वाला, या पहले वाला अच्छा लगता था?
So I think digital ones I like more. Sir,
So lovely, lovely. So I think what Mr. Morgan told, that we got to adopt to the new norm. It is going to be the new normal. We all got to enjoy, and we all got to adopt to the new techniques now. So Disha, what message finally would you like to give to the whole universe, beta? What message would you like to give to all the girl child world over? You are the celebrity on the center stage, and being the last speaker of today, you're the most important person to empower the entire humanity. Tell me, Chai.
Sir, being a student, I know that this is a tough time for all of us. So I just want to say that tough time comes and go. We have to keep patience, and we have to keep peace in mind. So yeah, that's all I want to say.
Very good, very good. And Morgan ji has posted over there, yes, Dr. Gulshan, all of us have something unique. We need to figure out what that is. Well done, Disha. God bless. You got a compliment from Sharjah, from UAE.
No, from me
confident that
also.
these youngsters such as these girls, world would be a
Wonderful.
better place. Okay. And now in आज मैं क्या कहते हैं आनंद प्रकाश जी का मॉडल फॉलो करने वाला हूँ. कहते हैं कभी कभी चीटिंग भी कर लेना चाहिए, कॉपिंग भी कर लेना चाहिए. All the participants, I would request you, please post in the chat box. Do you enjoy online or do you enjoy the classroom जहाँ पर एक टीचर आता था और कभी आप कहते थे थैंक गॉड दिस क्लास इज ओवर, या किसी की क्लास इतनी अच्छी लगती थी दिल करता था ये क्लास कभी खत्म ही ना हो. काइंडली पुट इट इनटू द चैट बॉक्स. वी वांट टू गेट द ओपिनियन. इट्स ए ओपिनियन पोल. मेरे को आनंद प्रकाश जी ने ऐसा कुछ चस्का डाल दिया है यहाँ का. सो जिनको ऑनलाइन पसंद है वो ऑनलाइन लिखें, जिनको क्लासरूम पसंद है तो देन वी वुड लाइक टू फाइंड आउट whether classroom you enjoyed or you are enjoying online. And I don't want to be giving my
Mixed
biased
option
opinion
नहीं है.
right now because मैं तो online इतना enjoy कर रहा हूँ. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm so happy that everything is happening online. Everything is happening online. Really enjoying online classes. Wow. The offline classes, lots of innovative ideas are coming up online. Okay. Can't wait to get back to school to meet my children. Oh, that must be acha. Murugan ji, I don't want to. Okay, Rakesh Verma ji, great session. The best Kavita ma'am, great. From Sonipat, I think it's the same Kavita ma'am. She comes regularly. Amazid online, okay. AP Sharma ji, Murugan ji and AP Sharma ji, both are principals. That's why they are telling missing children. My God.
Sir, children also missing us. It is not like that. Children are missing us.
2.
I think some problem with Dr. Gulshan. He has gone offline. So by the time then we can continue. Oh, someone. One parent of my school has written, my daughter in Birla Public School, and she likes the real class with teachers face to face. Thank you very much, Jyoti Mehta ma'am. Thank you very much. And we are missing our children. And every day in the morning assembly, I am giving them virtual hugs, class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they respond with the virtual hug. So we are missing. Nice. There are Murugan sir. There are few attendees. They attend every program on this particular webinar.
Okay.
And right now also there would be more than many. Oh, there are many from Birla School.
All right.
Very good. From your school also, I think there are many teachers. There are parents. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Teachers are writing, yes, missing children. I think Dr. Gulshan had some problem with connection, and Crystal has become a now host. Yeah.
Really missing the real class.
Yes. We are missing, sir. We are missing children. Actually, I live alone, and children are like a catalyst for my energy every day. And I don't miss a single assembly. Like we are having morning assemblies almost every second, third day of various sections. I go and I tell them many interesting illustrations, and they look for those illustrations and small stories. But today's session was wonderful, and this was my first moderation on this webinar. आपको तो पता है हम moderation करते रहते हैं, and it was very nice.
Thank you so much.
We complimented each other very nicely, and people, all attendees, enjoyed like anything. So let us tell Crystal, can you listen to us? Crystal?
Yes, sir.
Beta, do one thing. On your screen, you will find end.
Yes, sir.
So just do the end, okay?
Okay.
And let's thank everyone, including
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to all the participants, to all the listeners,
and all lovely children. You are amazing. Very proud of you. And India youth power going to rule the world. That's quite clear. So, and thank you very much, Shri Valsan sir, on the behalf of Gulshan ji. It was amazing. Just one call, and then you said, okay, Sharma sir, I will be there.
Anything for education. Anything for education. Thank you.
So nice of you. Now, Crystal, you can end.